Okay. So begin with something.
Oh, okay. The first we'll start off is the vehicles theme, vehicles topic in UK and US English difference. Vehicles, automobiles, trains, and everything that is connected.
Oh, vehicles. Oh, I see.
Vehicles, yep.
So
The first distinction is the space at the back of the car for carrying luggage or other goods. It's called trunk in US and boot in UK.
boot.
Yes. In US we call it trunk. And the UK they call it boot. Is it clear?
Yes.
The second one, I just selected the most popular distinctions because there are numerous, and I can physically tell you all of them in this conference, And I've selected the most popular, most bright. The second one is a metal part covering the engine of the automobile. In the US, we call it hood, while in the UK, Britons call it bonnet. Maria, we are talking about US and UK English differences today.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Danny, question to you. What exactly is the one thing that you don't like about British English?
What I don't like?
Yes, what you don't like.
It's a very tough question for me because I
you
generally don't like British accent.
You like?
No, I generally don't like, but I can answer this particular question. What exactly I don't like?
Okay.
I don't like it at all.
Name one thing, just one thing.
I don't like its pronunciation.
Yes, me too.
With exhaling, like just like that. I've just arrived. Can't anybody tell me this one? I don't like this.
Yes, me too.
Savvy, yeah? Okay. The third one is a rubber covering placed around the wheel to form a flexible contact with the road. In the US, we call it tire. Britishers call it tire too, but they spell it in a different way. They spell it just like that, tire, through Y letter, while in the US it's spelled through I letter.
And color, yeah? There are a lot of words with the same pronunciation, but different spelling.
Yes. Surely, we'll talk about this a bit later. And the fourth, a set of gears with a casing, especially in a motor vehicle. In the US, we call it transmission, while in the UK, they call it gearbox. Savvy? Meanwhile, savvy is the American word, the American verb. That means, you got me? Do you understand?
What was the word again?
Yep.
Savvy.
Yep.
Savvy?
Savvy, yeah. It's a question, savvy. That means, do you understand? It's a formal American word.
Danny, how it's pronunciation?
Savvy.
Can you
Savvy.
write?
Savvy,
You write
yeah.
But it's not in general, yeah? It's like a slang. In Russian, it will be a kind of дошло, да?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it?
And savvy, I'll give you one example. Did you watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies?
Yeah, sure.
And the Jack the Sparrow always said this word, savvy. It talks and asks, savvy? In Russian, it calls smekаешь. Just like that.
I have a question for you then.
Yeah, please.
Do you speak Russian?
Yep.
You say something to me?
Да, пожалуйста. Что сказать?
Do you speak Russian Very good.
Guys, please discuss on the topic.
Yeah, please.
We can
Let's stick to the topic, okay?
After
Just
meeting, we can
yeah.
discuss everything.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Excuse me for my question. I just
Please do not interrupt. We can discuss it after the meeting. We have a lot of time.
Off topic.
Thanks. Yes.
Yes. May I proceed?
yeah. You can.
Yeah, thank you. The fifth one is the paved path for pedestrians at the side of the road. In the US, we call it sidewalk, while in the UK, it's called pavement. Actually, pavement is the asphalt covering on the road in the US, while in the UK, the pavement is sidewalk for pedestrians, just on the side of the road. Okay?
Yes.
Savvy?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
It's a new word for me, actually.
Huh?
It's a new word for me, actually.
Yes. It's quite a good word. The sixth one is automobile fuel. In the US, we call it gasoline or gas. And do you know it's called in the UK?
How?
And it's called petrol.
Petrol.
Petrol, right?
I heard it from somewhere.
Who replied? Petrol. Who just replied? Who just said petrol?
Yeah. Petrol.
I said petrol.
Good work.
Thank you.
Just a few words about politics. When political candidates are ready to be elected, they stand for election in the UK.
And
Stand for election, I'm typing it in the chat box. While they run for office in the US.
oh, I see.
When the political candidates are ready to be elected, they run for office in the US and they stand for election in the UK.
Stand for election in UK.
In the UK, yeah.
Oh, I see.
The UK wherein they stand for election.
I see the difference.
Okay. Just a few words about business and financial terms. The first one, in financial and business statements, what is referred to in American English as revenue or sales.
And
I'm just typing it. Revenue or sales is turnover in British English, or as they call it, turnover.
oh,
You know what does it mean? Yep, turnover.
Yes, like yeah.
The overall sales, the overall profit of any company or firm. You know that. Any questions about this?
I don't have any yet.
Anyone else? Okay.
Here, what was it? What's the name again?
My
Yes.
Tatiana.
Do you have a question for Danny?
No, not now.
Danny,
Yep. Who's asking?
American, yes,
Okay,
American. Those American words. Can I use it in UK?
Yes, but you will be misunderstood.
Okay.
But some words have the similar meaning in UK and US English. Just like transmission, for example. If you say transmission in UK, you will be understood.
Okay.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Danny, I saw in movies when two people are talking, and one of them is British and one of them is American.
Yep.
American talks in American language and British talks in British language. And they understand each other.
Yes, because English is quite similar in US and UK, and they intuitively understand each other. But there are some words that can lead to the misapprehension. Thus, you should use American English in US for your linguistic safety, you know. And when you're in Great Britain, you should use UK English. not to be misunderstood in some situation. But they understood each other, I think, because they used common words. They maybe came across either in UK English or in the US one.
Well, I think there's a lot of common words.
Yeah, surely. There are a lot of common words and much less these differences.
Because I didn't really see misunderstanding between them.
Because they used common words, I think they didn't use some things like maybe.
I see.
Let me tell you. I'm just trying to give you an example, but I think you get me.
Okay. The common words. The key is common words.
Yep. Yes. And when the company actually loses all its actives and money, Britons say that the firm goes into administration.
Goes into administration?
Yes, goes into administration when the company loses all the money.
What does American say?
While in American English, the company goes bankrupt.
Can you write it, Danny?
Yeah, surely. Goes bankrupt.
Are you writing to all?
Yes, in the chat box.
Oh, I did. I can see it. Oh, I see it now.
You can have it in the left side of the app. I'm sorry, in the right side. Right side.
Yes, I did. I see.
Yep.
Danny, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, but I think that they use it in UK, bankruptcy.
Bankrupted is quite adjective. In
Yeah,
the
but
UK.
I think adjective. Okay.
Yes, adjective. But when we say about a company that has lost all the money, Britons usually say he goes in administration. Usually, but they can use going bankrupt, and they will be understood. Savvy?
Yes, savvy.
Okay.
It's a new word for me. You know.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I am hearing you clearly.
Okay. Mike, our participants today are not so active.
Yeah, I see.
We just listen.
I'm not Mike.
I'm asking Mike, actually.
Oh.
And what is it's very strange because
But there are a lot of them.
Tatiana
Tatiana always active. It's
Maybe
not
they are only listening.
I'm wrote down all the differences.
Okay. I can double hear myself again.
Me too.
I can't.
No, it's okay now.
Okay now. Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
that's okay. Okay, great.
So,
Let's continue. First question.
Yes.
Just simply.
I'm scared of talking because there are a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question.
Yeah,
if you don't
please.
mind.
Who's asking?
How
Rastislav,
should, how should I? Yeah. How should I pronounce ask or ask?
In the US, we always pronounce ask. There's no variant for asking. No, asking is in the UK only.
And also, I'm wondering about can't and can't.
Can is
Yeah,
American
the same.
variant.
The same thing.
American English. Yes.
Oh, are you done?
No. One more question. I'm also wondering about either or either.
Oh, yes. In the US English,
I was wondering.
we usually use either and neither, while in the UK, Britons use either and neither.
Neither.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought so.
To ask questions.
Can I say something?
Yes, please, Svetlana.
Thank you. I wasn't sure that I'm heard. So
You're heard.
I live in Ireland half the time, and I know that people use either and neither more often than
Yes, actually, in
either and
Ireland. In Ireland, yes. Especially in this
and I have and I have some relatives from UK, and they say if they want to be more arrogant or to other people, they say either, like Queen says. But normal, ordinary people say either, neither. And
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe these norms has changed.
Yeah, English is very alive.
Yes. Because Britons now use American English very often. Actually, but I'm talking now about the general norms, so about English language, how they distinct years ago when Britons only used either.
Can I suggest?
Yes, some people say either. I'm used to saying either, neither, as I taught in school.
Okay.
But most people,
either.
Who I know, they say either, neither, and I feel like why
feel confused.
sometimes.
Either.
Can I suggest a difference?
Please, who's asking?
I just remembered one. It's Jake. I named like Jake. Can I suggest?
Jake, yeah, please.
I just remembered one difference between British and American, and I don't really like it, but here it is. In America, they say it like "I can't," and British in
the UK.
How this country called? In UK, they call it
the United Kingdom.
I can't.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Actually, in the positive form, can. But in American English, they say can, and the UK English, they also say can. But in the negative form, it's quite different between US and the UK, because in the US we say can't, while in the UK they always say can't. I've never heard of Britain saying can.
I didn't know that. Can and can and can't.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
In the US, you will hear can't. Actually, without T, without sharp T. I'm just saying it to not be misunderstood. They say can, and in the UK they say can't. Actually.
Oh, I have
sharp T in the end of the word. Oh, please.
I'm always confused when I hear somebody says I can and I can't. You said it's not quite sharp. I know.
Yes.
That it's not quite sharp. And I have a question. How can I define when it's can't?
You must stick to the context, to the speech of the speaker.
Oh, I see. Thanks.
Hey, Danny, I have a question.
Please, Rostislav.
What's the difference between flat and apartment? I know that it is dialectal between British English and American English, but is it actual difference between them?
Yes, actually, these two words mean the same thing. The place to live, to say it simple. And while in the US, we always say apartment, while in the UK, Britons say flat. Just like that. Flat.
Oh, I have a question.
Okay.
My pleasure. Please, Jake.
So,
real name?
No, it's not. Actually, my real name is Anton.
Oh, Anthony.
yes,
Okay.
I like the word. And I have a question.
Please,
what were we talking about? I forgot.
We're talking about the US and the UK English difference.
About flat and...
flat and apartment.
I heard
actually
one
flat in the US and the UK, huh?
There in America, they say one word, condo. Is it the same?
Could you type it in the chat box?
What?
Could you type the word in the chat box?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, condo. Thank
condo. Condo is the short form of the condominium, and the model apartment house. You got me?
Yes, I got you.
In Russian, we say it. This is, you know, it's quite similar.
Oh.
Condominium is multi-apartment house. Similar to apartment, because apartment is one apartment, and a condominium or a condo is a multi-apartment house.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, could you type it in the text box, please?
Condominium. Condo has just been typed.
This girl just typed it.
Condominium, condo.
Ah,
I mean the same. My pleasure.
Danny, I have another question.
Yeah, please.
Can you tell me about have and have got? I know that have got is used in written English, but I'm interested about questions. How to ask questions with have got.
Have you got? Have, then goes the subject, and then you put the got. Have you got? Have they got?
Okay.
Actually, the have got construction is pertaining to the classical language, and it's not being used today. They use have, just have, more often than have got, even in the UK.
Okay, I thought it was widely used nowadays.
Just have.
Okay.
Okay, let's continue. Let's talk about numbers. When saying or writing out numbers, the British insert an and before the tens and units. For example, 245. 245. While in America, it's considered correct to drop the n, as in 245, without an n.
Did you drop an n in the middle of the word?
No n. 245 in the US and 245 in the UK.
Ah, I understand.
Is it understood?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And when referring to the numeral 0, I will not type it, I think. British people would normally use not, or 0. Although nil is commonly used in sports scores. While Americans use the term 0 most frequently, and O is also often used, though never when the quantity in question is nothing, and occasionally terms such as zilch or zip. Zilch and zip are American words that mean 0 in slang.
As I remember, in tennis, they say 15 love. Love, it's 0. It means 0. Yeah. Am I right?
Yes.
I'm not good at sport, but I've heard
it's not frequently used, but it's used. Okay.
How is love spelled?
Laugh, like to laugh. The same, love. Like a verb.
Just like this.
Huh.
Nah. No way.
I actually heard about in British English they use ground floor for the first floor, and first floor in there is second floor actually.
I was just kidding, Svetlana. I was just kidding.
I know, but I insist. I insist in this spelling.
About the first and ground floor. Yes. They mean the same floor. The first floor actually is called ground floor in Britain, and the first floor, the straight number in the US. Huh?
Why the first floor is actually the second floor? It sounds confusing to me.
Yes, it sounds confusing to everyone who's not a Britisher.
I see.
Yes, they're a cooperative culture in Great Britain. Actually, that's why I don't love that. Yes, Annie,
There
you
is
know?
the same
Huh?
with hotels building. They have first floor on second story.
Sorry.
The second story. Yeah.
It can be called floor or story, and the story is quite frequently used in the US. Story.
Can it be said 6th-floor building, for example, or 6-story building?
Yes.
What is correct? But both of them.
Yep.
Oh,
But
okay.
when you're talking about how the building is big enough, you should use story. It will be more correct. Stories. This building has 3 stories, for example. And when you're talking about where you are in this building, I'm on the 2nd floor.
I thought the same way. Thank you.
It's understood, yeah? And the story is spelled like this. Story through E, Y, or just through Y. The end of the word. Story. It will be pronounced in the same way. Actually, you know the subway. What the subway is?
Underground tube.
Yes. In the US, it's called subway. While in the UK,
Underground.
they call it underground. Absolutely correct.
And tube is very frequently.
Yes, frequently used just in London because the citizens of London residents they love to call it tube because it's quite alike.
I have a question.
Tim, please, Anthony.
Anthony, thanks.
I'll call it this way. Aren't you offended?
No, I'm not offended. Actually flattered. So,
okay.
In America, they don't use underground at all.
Underground is actually used when you're talking about the underpass for pedestrians. It's called underpass or underground passing. In the US, it's used as an adjective.
In the Britain, what do they call it in the Britain?
In Britain, without an article. In Britain.
In Britain.
Yeah. You can say the UK, the United Kingdom, but Britain without an article.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't
mistake.
have.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God, 37 participants. I'm sorry.
And only 5 of them are speaking.
Active, yep. There is one quite flatter, maybe.
I'm afraid.
Shy, feeling shy.
Everybody enjoys.
Okay.
Don't care.
Okay, may we proceed?
Yes.
Can I ask you? Can I get to the point of stories? Do you really have no 13th floor in America?
Oh.
I'm sorry, I can't understand the question.
Yeah, I mean, do you really have no 13th floor? I mean, third number of floor.
Why not?
Like it's a bad luck.
I'm just heard that it's a bad sign to have to live on 13th floor and see third.
I've heard that it's forbidden to have a 13th floor in China.
China?
Yeah. They don't allow the.
They just skip this.
Yes. Yes. I can give you the image.
Number.
I can give you the image.
In American, they do?
Yes. We're not afraid of the 13th floor. It's for superstitious guys.
Oh.
I'm not sending you the link to the image. You can see the elevator tab. We're no 13th floor. Just a little bit.
That guy, I think he didn't write it correctly. Superstitious. Do you think so? Then.
Superstition.
Yes. No, it's correct, I think.
Correct?
It's correct. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Superstition. Superstition is the noun,
correct.
And superstitious is an adjective. Yep.
OUS, right?
Superstitious, yes.
But it's an adjective, but here he has written correctly superstitions.
The plural form of the noun.
Like a noun, yeah.
Check it out. It's the image of the no 13th floor on elevator tap.
Thanks.
There's no 14 either.
13. Oh my god. Didn't notice that. It's quite a queer one. Okay, let's miss it. Let's take to our conversation motion.
Okay.
Yes, superstition is noun.
Superstition, noun. Okay.
And superstitious is an adjective. So, by the way, elevator. Yeah. It's called this way in the US. And who knows how it's called in UK?
Left.
Left. Absolutely right. That wasn't so tough.
Yeah. Give us some tough.
What about garbage and
Rubbish.
Garbage and maybe
Rubbish.
Trash.
Trash is very frequently used in the US. Trash. We love this word, trash.
Garbage you don't?
Garbage is also used in the US, while in the UK they use litter. Actually, litter. They say litter. And garbage is also used in the UK, but the trash is an American word. It's not a slang, but it's commonly used American word. Trash. I think it's understood.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's continue.
there's tab and faucet.
Okay. Tap faucet. Yes, this difference also exists. In the US, it's called faucet. In the UK, they call it tap. Know what is it?
Yes.
What is it?
Where
Faucet.
the water coming from?
For water. Yeah.
Yes, it's clear. It's clear, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's continue. About the underpass.
Can I ask a question? Danny? Dan?
I think Danny
Got
is
disconnected.
offline. Yes,
Yeah.
he got disconnected. Let's wait a bit. It was an interesting question here. How to distinct the letter O and
Oh,
zero.
and zero. Yeah. But I don't think that it's so difficult because they use, but almost often they use O like a number when they tell telephone numbers.
Yes, studied, but usually programmers use the cross line to distinct O and zero.
So it's a question for you then.
Danny, are you with us?
Yes, I'm sorry to be disconnected.
It's so many people here today.
Yeah.
Danny, I have a question.
About zero, I'm sorry, about zero, no, it can lead to the fatal mistake or error. Yep, Mike, you say it can be misunderstood in some situation while coding. Okay, please, Anthony.
Sometimes it's a lot of misunderstanding with one and L.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they look the same. They look the same.
You should write it down properly. One just like that. Without its head in the top. And L is straight vertical line. Without a head on the top. Okay. Anthony, you got a question?
Yes. Yeah, actually, it's off topic. What is tap? I don't know what is that.
It's the same thing as faucet.
Yeah. What is this? Faucet.
Tap.
Kran.
Kran. Oh, I see. Like for water?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
And in Europe restaurant, you can order tap water. So you don't pay for it.
It's free?
Yeah, it's free. Tap water, it's free.
And
I have to
how
pay
should
for it. Yes, Roslav.
I wonder how should I ask for this water? Can you give me tap water?
No, can I have? Can I have?
Just can I have a glass of water?
Yeah. Or just I'll have tap water, please.
But I can't.
It doesn't cost any. Doesn't cost any.
Yeah, because it's tap, it's free. It's not bottled water. It's not from bottles.
Oh, I see.
It's not from store. It's from a restaurant.
It's from.
Is it healthy?
It's from kitchen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think it is.
Because
you'd better think that it's healthy.
Yeah, you'd better.
Okay, we were talking about subway actually, and the subway means underground in the US, while in the UK, subway is the underground road for pedestrians, underground crossing. You got this? It's underpass in the US.
Underpass, yeah.
And the subway in the UK. Subway means underpass in the UK. Underground crossing for pedestrians.
Now I see.
Not underground, not tube.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you were asking about misapprehension. That's it.
Yeah.
If you use the subway as the metro or underground in the UK, you will be misunderstood. Over there?
No wonder you'll be misunderstood.
You were asking about misapprehensions, how they understand each other. If you say subway in the UK, you will be misunderstood if you mean the underground.
Oh. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That's a great example for it. Just
hello, guys.
Hello.
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 New member?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
This always about like USA and United Kingdom difference.
Yeah.
Yes, today we're talking about the US and UK English differences. About dialects, actually. Okay, a few words about spelling. You all know the word skeptic. Yep, skeptic. And in the US, it's spelled like that, skeptic, through K. And in the UK, they spell it skeptic through the C. Yes, thank you, Martin. Color and color.
Can I ask you something?
Yep. Please.
There's a word like theater.
Theater.
Americans, how do American
I'll type it down now.
Different endings. Yeah, you're right.
Different ending.
Yeah.
US theater.
I see.
While
And
in the UK, they say not theater, they say theater. Theater.
Yes. E in the end.
Yeah.
While in US, it's R in the end.
Yes, the same way is about the center and center. Center in the US. Center. Because theater and center, it's the French original spelling. French is pronounced centre. That's why.
Centre.
Centre. I do love French, okay?
Any new difference?
Humor, flavor. When the U letter appears between O and R, is the UK variant.
UK?
It's like flavor, yes. And no U in American variant between O and R.
And S and Z too, yeah.
Oh, it's favor.
Yes, and flavor without U.
Oh.
before the R. Recognize actually is the same rule about patronize, realize. Americans use Z.
And apologize.
Apologize, yeah. I-S-E-N in the UK and I-Z-E in the US. By the way, in the US, this letter is called Z, while in the UK they call it Z. Just like that. Z.
I never heard of Z.
Yeah, it's the first time. Oh no, it's second time.
Actually, it's the very American variant, Z.
Z.
Yep.
It is bad that in Russian schools there is no difference between British English and American English. They taught out the mess of the words, and you don't know
You're
how to
absolutely
realize.
correct, Ruslav. You're absolutely correct.
Taught you English variant, British one, because when you will pass, when you pass Russian state examination, and you write American variant, spelling especially, it will be considered like a mistake. That's why.
So actually on the exam I should use the British variant.
Yes, in Russia, yeah, for sure, because you study classic British English.
But actually, Russian teachers of English love to mess up American and British accent.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Very often.
Maybe because of accent. I'm talking about spelling. So you should write spelling. You should write correctly in British variant, because it will be considered like a mistake, and you may fail your exams because of your spelling.
If you're in British school or college.
No. You may choose your examination like to graduate from school and or to enter the university, and you should pass the English exam, federal state Russian examination on English. So it's called ЕГЭ here. They will when they will assess the work, they will revise, so they will consider this spelling, American spelling, like a mistake.
Thank you, Tatiana.
I'm sure about it, because I assist on this, checking this work.
Education system, yeah. About this examination. And I'm asked, in the chat box, I'm asked how to pronounce the Greenwich market. This word Greenwich, this way spelled, will be pronounced Greenwich. Without without it. Greenwich. Just like Greenwich. In both countries. Greenwich. Actually, in the UK, they will say it Greenwich. Just like that. My pleasure. Just a few words about family. In the US, we spell mommy and mom through O. Well,
with you.
Through you. Mom and mommy, but they are pronounced in the same way, actually, and mean the same way. Analyze, yeah, I can see in the chat box, analyze Z always replaces S in American English. Analyze through Z is an American variant, while analyze through S, the British one. Some sports here. In the US we call it soccer.
Football.
And Europeans, especially UK.
Soccer.
Soccer. And the UK and Europe, it's called football.
And if you say in US football, it would mean?
It would mean something like rugby, you know?
Yeah, rugby. Yeah.
American football.
Yeah, American football.
It's quite similar to rugby. Not the same. I'm not a sportsman. I'm not kind of sport. And I can't give you the precise information about it.
You know, when I explain to my students that there are some differences between rugby and American football, so one is American and another is British, one guy told me that I'm wrong, because these are different games.
Yes, they are completely different games.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know it.
they have something similar, but they are completely different.
So it's not only different words, but different games too.
Yes, different games, absolutely different. But in both games, in either way, several bulls are rushing through the field with something like melon.
Just like melon.
Yeah.
And sharp ends. Yeah, and for soccer, it's completely
spherical. Yeah.
Danny, I've heard of aubergine. Does it have a synonym in American English?
Aubergine. You mean that?
Yes, I'm thinking like so.
Aubergine.
It is a vegetable.
And do you know how it called
in American
in
English?
America? No?
No.
Aubergine. I will now type it. Aubergine.
I thought it ends on T. Aubergette.
Ah. Yes, I get you. I get what you mean.
Or so.
But actually, I don't know this word.
Eggplant, yeah?
Yep, eggplant. Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Aubergine. Aubergine. I don't know this word. I know aubergine. Maybe you misheard something.
Okay, maybe, but it sounds pretty like that.
Aubergine.
Do you mean baclajan?
Да, я имел в виду баклажан.
Yes, it's aubergine. Yes.
Aubergine in UK and US, we use eggplant.
Eggplant, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Actually, it doesn't look like egg-like vegetable, no. But it's eggplant. Aubergine is quite tough for Americans to remember. That's why we use eggplant. USA pants or trousers? I've been asked in the chat box. In the US, what do you mean? That you're worn up on your legs, you use pants. And Britishers use trousers. Actually, trousers, as they pronounce it.
But pants, there is a word in UK, yeah? Pants, it means something else. Yeah.
What does it mean?
Pants is underneath.
Pants.
Yes, it's under.
Underwear. Yeah,
underwear.
And in American, they call it panties. Yes?
Underpants or panties. Yeah. Underpants. On a weekend and the weekend. Yes, actually these differences also exists, but it's not so sharp as the previous ones. But actually we use on the weekend anyways.
Hi, Danny.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Fine too. So I'm glad to meet you here.
I'm glad to meet you too.
Yeah. Are you talking about the difference between American and British English? It's interesting for me. I'd like to listen. So.
My pleasure.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Actually, you know the word kindergarten. I think you know.
Yeah.
Kindergarten is the UK variant of this word, and in the US, it's actually, do you know how it's called?
Nursery school, yeah?
Nursery school.
Nursery.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Who said that?
Nursery school.
Nursery school, yeah. Who said that?
Rostislav. I've heard it.
Right. Few words about spelling differences. We were talking about theater and analyzing, patronizing, when the Z is used in the US. Let's check it out. This word.
With double M, yeah?
Yeah, double M.
And E at the end.
I also wonder about phenomena and phenomenon.
Hi everybody, I'm Isaac from Mexico.
Nice to meet you.
Me too.
Danny, are you here?
I've been disconnected again for some reason, I don't know.
Something is bad in Moscow with connection.
Yeah, I'll check it out tomorrow. Well, kick him out. Yeah. Okay. Program, and in the UK, spelled just like that. Program with M-E on the end. Yes, please. Defense and defense through S and through C. Actually, defense through S is the American variant spelling. Defense like that. While in the UK, we say defense. Spell it just through C.
Danny, do you consider American English like a separate language, or is just a variant of British
I can consider it as a separate, distinct language. I think American English is part of the international English. Quite a dialect, but not a separate language. Also license through S and C, yeah. Thank you, Martin. Thank you.
Difference the words have a lot, we have. Pregunta.
I'm sorry.
It's really
Hear
hard
properly.
to
Pregunta.
You can type it in the chat box because I can hear it properly.
No, something is wrong with your sound.
Yeah, can you? I have a question.
I can hear you properly.
Between
Try to reconnect, Lalo.
It is the poor.
Hello, try to like. Yeah. Yes, Mike. Thank you. The practice through C is the American variant here.
I think that in British we have two. One is noun, no, and the other is verb.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
but
but
they have two spellings. One is for nouns, and another is for the verb.
Right. But in English, it's the same.
Yes, the situation with practice is conversely out in comparison to the fence, because the verb practice and the noun practice will spell through C in the US variant and through S in the UK.
Danny, can you explain phenomena and phenomenon to me?
And the practice is the noun in the UK. You're absolutely right, Maxwell. Yes.
I have a question. What's the difference of have got and have?
No difference.
No difference. But in the US, it's not commonly used. And
Have got is not used, yeah?
yeah, have got is not commonly used in the US. And in the modern UK, they don't use it so often. The firm have just.
But you know, the common mistake in Russia is when they use have, then they don't use auxiliary verb. So do you have? You should ask, yeah, not have you. So it's a common mistake here in Russia, because in some exercise book we even in books we can find such, you know, have you a car, for example, but it's a mistake, I guess. You should ask, do you have?
I can notice that from some movies I can find these kind of questions.
Only have you?
Something, yeah. I was surprised. I was really surprised, but it was a British comedy. The name is that comedy is Mind Your Language. Maybe you heard about it, and it's really funny how people from different countries learn English in London. And the principal of school say, "Have you blah blah blah?" I was surprised.
And without got,
yeah,
maybe without do. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't. She didn't say, "Do you have something?" She says, "Have you something?"
And what about the US?
Maybe it's some formal way to say.
No, it's not. Sorry, interrupt.
So
When
both
you
ask.
have,
Okay.
it's informal. If you ask with have, But do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
When you say, do you have a car? It's more formal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you say, have you a car? It's informal
It's
in
just
British
like
English.
okay.
It's informal.
No,
Yeah.
can I interrupt? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's syntactic that in America they say, do you have a car?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
in British they
Yes,
say,
you're absolutely right. I was waiting
yeah,
for this correct answer.
yeah. And in British they say, have you got a car, or have you
In
a
classical
car?
English, but in modern UK, they use do have
Do
also.
you have? Yes.
Yes, but in the US, we have also always used this variant. Do have.
Is it possible to use without do?
No.
No, it's
As
my
for
opinion.
me,
So I agree.
I am not a linguistic professor, but as for me, it's a mistake because have alone does need auxiliary verb.
Yes,
Actually,
yes. Here I agree with you.
Then can you tell me, are you
Thank you,
American
Dede.
or British?
I'm sorry, Ruslan. Could you repeat the question?
Yeah. Are you American or are you British? Because you know
American.
both languages, I wonder.
Yes. Actually, it's my hobby.
So you are American?
I'm American and I'm Russian. I'm half American, half Russian.
Oh, okay. So more definite question. Where have you been born?
And in New York. In New York. In New
Okay.
York City. And then, yeah. But I don't love to talk about my personal life. That was the last question,
was
okay?
simply interesting, okay.
I was asking about catalog. Catalog. This one is US variant catalog. But dialogue. What about dialogue?
GUE and then
GUE.
It's British.
No. About
Yeah.
dialogue. Few words about dialogue. Both variants are commonly used in the US. You can say dialogue with UE on the end of the word and dialogue without them. These either variants are commonly used in the US. I don't know why, because catalog is used in the US without UE. But dialogue, I don't know why, but that's it.
But British without UE or with.
Only with.
Like the first one, yeah.
Britishers use it only with UE because of the French origins. That's all. And let's talk about airplane. You know, they
Sorry,
say.
Danny. Sorry, Danny.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I think British they say dialogue and they add U and E.
Yes.
I think this. You know why is that? I know that. It's
Because of French.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
Because of the French origins of the English language at all.
Yeah, because William the Conqueror.
Yeah. Oh, history debater starting. William the Conqueror.
Yeah.
I guess that my studies history of English language now.
Yeah, do you know why because my seminar at the university, it's about interference errors that are committed by English French students.
Oh my God. That's very interesting. Thank you for that.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, about airplane. Airplane is spelled this way in the US, while in the UK, you know how it's spelled?
How?
Just this way, airplane.
I never heard this version.
Yeah. This is French.
Yeah.
Mean airplane? Aeroplane?
I'm not sure.
Ah, okay. Let's talk about this word. Actually,
Orientated.
orientated. Yep, orientated. I think no additional words are needed here. Just like this, orientated and oriented. Okay, let's continue. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I just confused these two variants. This one. Seemed to me there's something wrong, but I can't understand. And this one, oriented, is used in the US. Just tapped it down the wrong way. And then the word check. Check is spelled this way in the US, and check, you know how it's spelled in the UK.
Q.
Thanks to the French origins.
Yeah.
Check, but they are pronounced in the same way. Yeah, this is French too. Thank you, Validato. Thank you.
As a noun?
Yes,
No.
as a noun. Yes, as a noun. Because the verb check is spelled in either way in either languages. UK and US spelled the same way. Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Are there any difference between check and receipt?
Receipt without P. Receipt.
Receipt. Okay.
Receipt. If you use the receipt in this way, like a bill, yeah, you mean that? There is no difference between them. But receipt is commonly used in a supermarket, no? And the bill is used in restaurant. They're quite similar. They look like, and they mean similar things, but receipt is commonly used in supermarkets and some stores. No.
And they don't depend on accent.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a different word. And in banking, hence paycheck.
Yeah, I heard it.
Paycheck and paycheck through CK in the end.
In US, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Paycheck through CK in the end of the word is the US. And accordingly, the North American term for what is known as a current account or check account in the UK is spelled checking account in Canada and checking account in the US. But in Canada, it's spelled checking through Q. And in the US, we say checking through CK. And some US financial institutions notably use check, but it's through QUE, but it's merely trademark affectation. Thanks to Great Britain. Let's talk about pronunciation of some interesting words. For example, vitamin in the UK and vitamin. Vitamin in the UK and vitamin in the US. Sorry for these mistakes, because for these slaps I'm quite tired. Vitamin. I don't know how to type it down in the chat box. Just listen to me. Vitamin, US variant, and the UK variant is vitamin. Just like that. Vite, US. Vite in the rhyme of bite. Vite. Vitamin. And vitamin in the UK variant. The metal aluminum is spelled and pronounced aluminum is the US. Aluminum. And in the UK, it's aluminium.
Aluminium, like French.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
This additional I between N and U changes the pronunciation and spelling. Okay, next, you know the word
Privacy.
privacy in the US, and you know privacy.
Privacy. Because of French too.
Yep, privacy. audible in French, Tatiana. I'm asking you how to be in French.
She's good.
Yes, privacy, because it's about French. So.
Oh, okay.
Privat.
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 And do you know this word? Quite similar in meaning.
Schedule.
Yep. Schedule actually in the US. This word means timetable, and it's pronounced schedule in the US. Schedule. You got this?
Yeah.
Schedule in the US and schedule in the UK. Schedule.
Danny, may I ask, is schedule more often used than timetable, or it's the same? How often it is used? How frequently?
Schedule and timetable are absolutely the same words. But schedule can mean your personal graphic, your personal planning. This way either.
And timetable can be seen at the station, I think.
Yep. But you can see the schedule on a station also, because the train will arrive as scheduled.
Oh, okay.
I'll now type it down. The train will arrive as scheduled. That means the train will arrive according to the timetable, you know?
Q, the girl has the question about line and queue.
Oh, yeah. She's almost right. In the US, we use the line for this line of the people crowding nearby the cashier's office. It's line in the US and the queue in the UK. Queue. Queue. Just like this, queue. They're pronounced in the same way. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know the... I hope you know the best form of the word it is the best word at. In the UK, they say at, but in the US, we say 8. 8.
It's a number.
No, it's not. It's not wrong. Yes. I misheard you. Heard you saying it's a number. Yes, it's a number. Yeah, I misheard you. I'm sorry.
Like number 8.
Yeah, 8.
In past, you mean, yes? Past
Yes,
tense.
in the past form.
So at and 8, yeah?
Yes. Just type it down in the chat box. 8. In the US, it's pronounced like 8. While in the UK, it's like at. Like this, at.
Yes, it, at, it.
And how do you think what it's pronounced like?
Garage.
What do you think about it? What do you think?
Garage, it's French.
Garage. You will be surprised, but in this situation, Americans save the French origin and they often say garage. It's most commonly used in the US. Yes, garage. Well, the Britishers say garage. In this way, garage. They pronounce it this way. They speak garage. For example, can I park my bike in a garage? And can I park my bike in a garage? Garage is an American variant. And my favorite one is this.
What?
That's the pride of the American English. Absolutely the pride. Because in the United Kingdom they say water. I can stand this. Water. It seems to me like this. Water.
Yeah.
Water. We say
Water.
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 Just like this. Water.
Water.
Water. Yeah.
Water.
Right. It's
Water.
water.
Oh my
It's by
god.
far better than the UK stuff.
Okay.
Danny,
Yeah, please.
may I ask? May I say something?
Yes, surely.
Oh, some British pronounce wa. They don't pronounce T in this word. I don't know why. They are crazy.
What?
Some pronounce
What?
like wa.
Sometimes they do throttle T. It doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah, but
Yes.
this is the London accent, Londonite
Mhm.
accent. Yeah, they say what you talking about?
Water?
Yeah, quite right, mate.
It's a kind of dialect, I guess.
Yes. You know, war in the UK must be used in Wales
Yeah,
and in
maybe.
Scotland because they like to pervert the English language. That's all.
No, sorry,
War.
Danny.
Mhm.
Danny, I think they pronounce it like that in London. They say water.
Yeah, absolutely right. Some Britishers like to drop the T, and some Britishers like to make it sharp. Water or water, just like that.
Or later. See you later.
Yeah. See you later. Later. They try to speak it, but they drop it in the last moment. Later. Just like this. And that's why I hate British English.
Danny, what about status and status?
Could you type it down? I can see it. Not for me. I mean this word. Just for everyone here. There is the difference between American and British English. But it's quite tricky because in the US we say status and status, and in the UK they say only status, just like this.
Status?
Status.
Like status?
Status in the US and status in the UK. Is it clear?
Like us is
No. Just like status.
status.
Yeah, status in the UK and status or status. It's more oftenly used status.
Status. Status.
Yes, quite right. Not like quite right.
Yanderne.
And what do you think about this word?
Mobile?
Mobile is used in the UK.
Mobile.
Mobile. It's the UK word.
And how
Well,
do you say
mobile.
mobile?
Mobile.
Mobile.
Just like this.
I have never heard.
If I heard mobile,
Mobile.
I should spell it like
Mobile, yes, it's right.
that. Mobile.
Mobile is the UK word. Why do we use mobile?
Mobile.
Mobile.
Yeah.
Mobile.
Yeah, mobile.
Okay.
Okay. Let's check it out, this word.
Advertisement.
Advertisement. Advertisement.
Advertisement is used in the UK. Advertisement.
Advertisement, it's classic, right?
And
Advertisement?
no.
No?
In the US is most commonly used advertisement.
And
with an
stress.
accent. Yes, with an accent with it. Yes, with an accent on the first syllable. Advertisement.
Advertisement.
Advertisement with an accent on the first syllable. Advertisement.
And British they say advertisement, but advertise.
Yeah.
Is advertisement.
Advertisement. Just like this. Advertisement and advertisement. Advertisement. It's like this.
Advertisement. Сама блюдо.
Fantasy. What about fantasy? fantasy and spelled and pronounced in either way
No.
in other countries. As
Sorry.
far as I know.
Danny,
Yeah.
about fantasy. Fantasy or fantasy?
In British, it will be s. S.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The sounds
Like
fantasy.
just like gasoline in the US.
Mhm.
It will be fantasy.
Please practice, no?
Fantasy.
Okay, that's okay.
Mhm.
And the last one of pronunciation, this word.
Herb.
Herb.
Actually, herb is used widely
Herb?
used in the UK, and herb, just herb without H
Herb.
sound.
It's
Herb.
French influence again in US language.
Herb, just like herb in the US, and herb, with the soft H sound, herb in the UK. Herb, actually. No, friends, actually, that was my last distinction for today, and now it's time for your questions to me, if you do have them. Any question, folks?
Yes, I have a
Mr.
question
Diana,
for
please.
you. You said that you have some opinion about Russian education, that teachers always confuse and mix up in, both languages, both dialects together, yeah?
Yeah.
But what to do, how to avoid these mistakes?
I think that they're not a mistake. There's not a mistake, but mixing the dialects, I think it's not wrong, but I think that in the
But it's not good.
during the examination, it can lead to some mistakes and losing its marks.
Yes, yeah, you are right.
But actually mixing the dialect for non-native speaker, I think that's not wrong. But it can lead to mistakes in the examination.
Yeah.
Because the examination is quite subjective. Yeah, please.
Yes, yes. Even the difference between TOEFL and IELTS, yeah. What the British requirements and American.
Actually, a TOEFL in the US requirement for
yes.
working there, taking a job.
Yes, and IELTS it's for Great Britain and Europe. And
Danny, I have a question.
But actually, I'm sorry. But actually, you can appeal. You can appeal to the examination commission, but it's quite tricky sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, please, Ruslav. Yeah.
No, I have a question about how often do idioms used in spoken speech?
An individual matter. I don't like to use idioms. I don't love them. That's my straight language. But idioms, what I commonly use.
Sometimes I see them in the films and I don't understand them quite well of shit. I don't understand them.
Yeah, I think it's a good topic for the next meeting, some frequent idioms or something like that.
Yeah, I'd like to be there.
Depends on movie. Sometimes if it's about serious topic or drama, they use a lot of idioms. But if it's some kind of puff, toof, fuck,
there's not much words in this kind of noise.
For a non-native speaker, idioms, in especially comedies, may be quite tricky to understand, I think.
Yeah,
yes,
but
because they understand directly, in a direct way.
Yes, direct way. For example, direct and direct. Direct is the UK variant, and direct is the US. For example, put a sock on it. I'll just tap it down. Formally speaking, it means stop talking. Put a sock on it. These idioms can be misunderstood by non-native speakers sometimes.
Yeah. Something about socks.
Yeah. But actually, it's not a
I
topic of
heard
today's conference.
put the ducks in a row. Put one's ducks in a row. What does it mean?
Let me check it out. All the idioms I love, and this will be the topic of our next conference. Okay.
Okay.
Not to mix up with the UK and US
Okay,
English
I
differences
understand.
today.
You can't know everything. Okay,
Hi,
then.
Ben.
Thanks for the conversation.
Thank you
I
too.
think I got to go now. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you.
Bye, Rostislav.
Mike, I think our conference may be finished now.
Yes, I think so.
But Danny, we have to thanks you now.
Oh, thank you, Billy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.